What's up, good people? Thank you for joining me for another episode of Buy That Toy, man. This is a new segment that I want to do. I'm going to try to do this weekly or every other week as I'm purchasing and getting stuff, man. Call to buy or not to buy. Well, we're just going to sit down and open some of these figs that I've been picking up. Just look at them and see if they're worth buying. And of course, we're always going to take into consideration the price point and see if it's worth what we got them for. Now, if you watch one of my last videos, there's a fig that I really want to start with, and that's this Rat King fig from NECA. Now, this is the Eastman and Laird TMNT NECA Rat King from the comic series. And spoiler alert, a lot of these figs that I'm probably going to be open, they're not brand spanking new off the shelf. They're figs that I found recently, or, you know, just like most collectors, you get a stockpile of figs and you just got to take time and make time to go through them. So I want to open some of these things up on camera and just see if it's worth buying. So let's crack open this Rat King, man, and see what it's talking about. Now, I'll tell you straight up and down, man, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with what's been going on with Toy Fair and all of that stuff, but I posted a video about this recently. I am loving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff that's coming out. And honestly, I'll be real with you. A lot of the NECA stuff that they do, I really enjoy. Let's take a look at this guy fresh out the box now. Here he is, still in box and everything. I think he looks pretty good, man. He looks crazy and psychotic, man. Rat King, for me, of course, I was introduced to him as a kid on the television show, the cartoon, the animated series, and Rat King was always this scary guy to me. I just always perceived him as just being real scary, the way he can control Splinter. He just seemed like this villain that just really had it in for the Turtles and could take care of them, man. So he was always extremely scary to me, and I love this Yestin package. I do love this version of him. He looks like a scary, mischievous type guy, just a villain, just hangs out in the sewers and everything too. So off the rip, he comes with, it looks like 3 individual rats that you can pose with him in different phases or in different places. One is standing up, one is kind of curled, looks like he can hold them on his hand, and the other one looks like he's running. He's got a staff that's the only weapon, but he's got a total of, it looks like 2, 4, 6, 8 different hands in addition to these hands that he comes with. So I guess that would be 4 different sets of additional hands that come with him. Different head sculpt, as you can see. One is his eyes just looking kind of crazy, and this one is him looking a little more sadistic with no pupils. So that's pretty dope. Let's cut him out of here and get him out and see what we got going. So yeah, now I paid $10 for this dude. The first time I found him, I got him for 20, and he was just like, oh man, that's a steal. So let me jump on that. And I was happy to get him for 20, but I went back to Walmart a little bit later and I found him for 10. So I got him for 10 bucks. I took my $20 version back and it got the $20 one. Couple of things. Oh, so he poses well from an articulation standpoint. You've got the pivot at the shoulder, up, down, the rotate and everything. Then you've got a bicep swivel and everything right here, elbow bend and the wrist bends and everything. Neck swivel, this neat little scarf or whatever. It's not glued down and attached. Same thing on the opposite arm. The legs bend. He's a little stiff coming out of the package, but he looks very good from an articulation standpoint. He definitely looks cool. He looks scary. He looks menacing. I definitely like this guy. Probably gonna have to heat this knee joint up. I've noticed this with a couple of the NECA figs. It seems like the knees are a little gummy and a little sticky when they come out. So if you can't get them to bend, typically warm water, hair dryer, something like that is something that I've noticed. This guy bends pretty well for the most part. The articulation in the mouth and teeth, he just looks scary, man. I like that dude, man. And especially for the 10 bucks. Look at him, man. I'm not the best poser of figs, but he definitely looks cool. Let's pop out this other head and see what we got here. Now here go his little rats. They don't necessarily pose or anything. There you go. You can see Little rat right there. They don't pose or anything. They're in a fixed pose. I know you can't see them. I set them down. This is something that's cool. His hands. Look at his hands. They've got the warts and everything, the long nails. Looks a little grotesque, which is dope for the Rat King as far as I'm concerned. And check out his other head. Now, this is definitely cool. Look at that. Sadistic looking. His hair is all matted. That's crazy. That looks disgusting. It looks like he lives in the sewer. Head all wrapped up. That's pretty dope. And he comes with a staff, a walking staff. Now, I remember in a cartoon, he had like a flute, almost like the Pied Piper. And he could play the flute and summon his rats and different things like that. And here go his other two rats. So, yeah. Look at that. Just curled up, man. You can put this one on his hand, it looks like. So that would be dope. So here's the Rat King. The bandages on him, they fall up and down. It looks like they'll sit on his legs pretty well. You can probably get him in some pretty interesting poses. I got to work on my pose game a little bit, but I'm not the best at posing. But I do kind of like that guy, man. I like him. I think he looks grotesque. I think he looks like I want the Rat King to look. This is a great representation to me of the Rat King. I want to pop this head off. Let me see if I can put the other one on real quick. Comes right off. Let's see how this other one looks. Let's see. The sore, it looks like it's a big sore at the top of his head. It's so disgusting. That head, might have to warm up that just a little bit to get that to go in. It's taking a little force. All right, I think we got it on there. Yeah. And I like that guy. He's good, man. Look, for the $10, he's definitely worth $10. I'll definitely tell you that. Let's see, I'm gonna change out his hands. I like this wart hand a little bit more so. All snaps right in. Let's put this rat on his hand. Yeah. Look at him, looking crazy with his rat. Let's get him another hand. Let's see what else we got. Let's get him something that he can grab with. See what we got going on. See if I can pop all of these out. I love, the one thing that I really like about the NECA figs, I feel like you get solid value for what you spend on NECA, even if you buy them at full price, right? It feels like money well spent to me. It doesn't feel like you get cheated out of anything. I dropped something, I dropped another one in his hands. It doesn't feel like you get cheated out of anything. I think that you get maximum value, which kind of begs the question a little bit. I'm dropping hands all over the place as I'm trying to take them out, but I want to take something out so he can hold his little staff or whatnot. So I feel like you get maximum value with NECA figs in terms of what you spend. So I don't mind. I got two right hands here. What did I drop? Oh, here it is. A left hand that can hold something. I definitely feel like with NECA, for the most part, is money well spent. Let's see. Yeah. He's holding this rod. Yeah, we're gonna play with that guy a little bit, get him in some better poses. But there you go, man. There's the Rat King. I think I threw his rat down, trying to get him to pose, man. There you go. He's standing up just a little bit. We'll get him in a better pose. Maybe take a couple of pictures of this guy. Yeah, Rat King. I like it. It's definitely a buy for me. A lot of detail. The patchwork outfit, it looks dope. I would have paid the full price for this figure. I would have, just because I think it looks cool. For me, it's the representation of Rat King that I will have on my TMNT shelf. I probably will get one of the retro carded Rat Kings, just because I like that old school toy as well. But this will definitely be on the shelf. Love it. Definite buy for me. I would even pay full price for this Rat King. I was willing to. The only reason I didn't is because I know my Walmart's in my area. And when things sit on the shelf, eventually, even from a NECA standpoint, they will be on sale. and Rat King was just sitting. And I had a price point in my head of 25, 20 bucks. If I could get it for, I was going to buy it at that amount. And Rat King sit on the shelf at all my Walmarts and all my Targets. So I waited to buy it. So Rat King, it's a buy. All right. So that's figure number one. That's a buy. That's a buy. 100%. All right, so let me move some of this stuff around. I've got pieces all over the place. Let's slide Rat King out the way. He's still in shot a little bit. Let's scoot him over here with his hands and everything. I have to clean all of that up later. Rat King is a buy. All right, let's see what else we got. I think we'll do one more. We'll do my boy DJ. And Jada just doesn't miss. They haven't missed, right? So I'm almost positive that this guy is going to be a buy too. I have not opened one bad Jada fig, and I have loved what they've been doing with Street Fighter. Their action figures just feel really good, man. Like for $24.95, the way that they pose and the articulation and everything, man, like I feel like Jada is kind of changing the game. I think that Jada, for the most part, has been like a die-cast car company, if you will. And this year, to my knowledge, that's what they've been. Die-cast cars and everything. DJ, check them out. Looks so good. Die-cast cars is all I've known them for up until this year. Or last year, I should say. They might have done some things prior that I was unaware of. I'm sure that they probably did. Heck, they've been around for a little while. But this is the first real action figure line that I've paid attention to that they've done. And oh yeah, DJ Maximum, baby. There we go. Oh, his knee is a little stiff. We'll have to warm that up a little bit. Man, his articulation. They did such a great job with these figures. My boy got his long braids going on. Check him out, man. Oh, yeah. And he just looks so smooth. The way that they did the butterfly joint so that you can do so much more with the arms. All of the articulation in this. And the thing that I love about Jada is that these things are pinless, right? They did a great job. He's got his gloves on. They're painted well. I'm definitely going to have to soak him in a little warm water just to get him to be able to bend a little bit more so. But DJ, 100% a buy. You got to love that. He's got a little chain that he comes with too. Let's go ahead and put this on him. Let's see here. We'll have to take this off. I'm going to have to undo it and snap it on. Man, Jada is killing the game with these Street Fighter figs. And I've heard that the Mega Man figures were dope as well. I haven't purchased any myself yet. I would love to get one or two. I was looking for them on sale a couple of weeks ago. I found out about some great sales at Walmart where they had a lot of things on sale. And the Jada Mega Man figs were 10 bucks. And I missed them. Hate that I missed them. I did get some dope He-Man figs. It's in another video. I hope you guys have checked it out. If you haven't, oh man, I dropped his chain. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can get that on here. Yeah, so if you hadn't checked that out, man, check out my pickups from a previous video. Let's see here. Man, I'm struggling to get this thing on. I might just have to put it back together and try to work it across his head. Let's see if we can get this bad boy on here. Yeah, man, Street Fighter. The Jada Street Fighter figs, they look amazing. They pose very well. I mean, for the price point, man, you just cannot beat this, dude. The attention to detail associated with the figures, what you get with them all of the posability, like, and I think they're getting ready to do Baki figures as well. No, that's Storm Collectibles, never mind. These things just look amazing, dude. Like, when I started with Jada, I said I was just going to get my favorite figs. And I bought Ken. Ken was the first one that I bought. And I told myself I was just going to get like Ken. I love playing with Ken. If I ever play in Street Fighter, I'm playing with Ken. I don't care what version it is. Ken is my dog. That's who I ride with. Said I would get like Ken, Blanca, Sagat. Like him a lot. Maybe E Honda. That's it. But since I started, I got Ken. Then I had to get Dalzine. Then I saw the Bison and I had to get the Bison. Then I found the Player 2 Chun-Li, which is, or maybe it's not Player 2, but it's the red version of Chun-Li. Love her. And I have not been disappointed yet. You can put these guys in the exact poses from some of their moves and they look just like the characters. Everything from the kicks to the knees to the arms. Man, these things are dope. Street Fighter figs are going 100% always be a buy. So yeah, if you find DJ and you've got fond memories of Street Fighter, you want to go out and buy this guy. This is 100% a buy. Don't wait for it to go on sale. If you can't find it anywhere else, man, jump on Big Bad. We're definitely gonna put him in a pose. Put him over here with my other Street Fighter guys. 100% a buy. One more thing I want to do on buy not to buy now. This is an old set, all right? Now, I found this set. I got it on Whatnot, and I got it for a steal, and it's just been looking at me, and it's something I've been wanting to crack open, and I just hadn't done it yet, but we're about to crack it open right now. That's right. The boys from Dimension X, Traag and Granitor. I think that's how you say his name. I remember these dudes showing up in Street Fighter. Not Street Fighter. I was just talking about Street Fighter. I remember these dudes showing up in. Oh, hold on. Before I move on from my Street Fighter, look, you get his effect from one of his moves. I think it was a kick that this came off of him with. You get an extra set of hands with him. I remember him having some pose where we would go like #1 or something like that, or shoot you a thumbs up. So you get those hands, and then you get a stand with the Jada figures, and you get an additional head. His mouth is open. So want to make sure you guys see that. All right, back to my turtles. Okay. Man, I love the turtles, man. The turtles are what started for me, the toy craze, being born in the 80s and turtles coming out. Man, I used to have a backpack full of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I would walk around with everywhere. And me and my cousins, when I would go to my mom's hometown, we would play with them all the time. And I had the TMNT General Traag, the old school version, but this is the NECA version of the cartoons. And like I said, I got these things for still $20. I haven't been disappointed. Let's see what we got. What's this? I don't know what is this. This is something that came with them too. Hold on, let's check this bad boy out. Hold on. Now, I think that a lot of the cartoon figs that come out, I think that for the most part, these things are, it's how do you feel? They kind of have personal style. I don't think that, these are wanted posters for the neutrinos. It's hard to see because there are these holograms. That's Zach. What's his name? Dash? Is that it? I can't remember this one. I think that's Dash, Wanted, and Ajax. I remember the neutrinos, but I don't remember their names. Kayla. That says Kayla. Yeah, that's Kayla. Zach. I remember Zach. Who is this guy? I don't know. Dash, Dak. Tell me in the comments. Dask, maybe Dask, I don't know. I remember the neutrinos. They would pop up from Dimension X. I didn't have an affinity for the neutrinos. Of course, I'm reading Armageddon Games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right now, and that is really dope. I really like that. So this is what you get with these guys. These are some big beefy dudes, right? They come with their weapons. It looks like, is this mutagen down here? And they've got the communicator. I don't know if you can see that. And it's got Krang's face on it. So yeah, let's get these guys up out of the package, man. Got these things, like I said, for $20, man. Again, hanging out on Whatnot. Great price. Found them at $20, and I was like, sure. Let's give them a go. I don't think that the animated figures are everybody's cup of tea. And to be quite frank with you, there's no way that I would try to collect them all. As much as I love TMNT, there are just so many different companies making turtles right now. You've got Turtles of Grayskull with Mattel, original Playmates line coming out, NECA animated series, NECA Last Ronin, which I'm really liking. I love the Last Ronin. Then you've got the next mutation or evolution with the new kids that are coming out. You've got Best Action doing Turtles. Like, there are so many different variations of the Turtles or whatever. So you can't collect them all. Even these guys, I think that they're a cool representation from the cartoon, and I definitely like them. This one doesn't have the best articulation from what I can tell. He's got these big beefy shoulders, and it's very hard to bend his arm. I think I'm gonna have to soak him in some water or warm him up. So I definitely don't want to break the guy. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. But he looks cool. If you just put him in a single pose, yes, his arm doesn't really bend up very well. You know, you can only do so much with him from an articulation standpoint. You don't have additional heads or anything, and he's definitely top heavy. Like, he skips leg day. Like, look at him. Like, bro, you got to get in the gym, do these legs. He does have a knee bend, but it's hard for the knee to bend just based on the fact that he's made out of rock and all of that stuff. So, yeah, that's Granitor. And let's get Traag out here. I imagine that he's going to have or suffer from a lot of the same fate, if you will. Hold on. Free him from his plastic containment over here. Same thing. Arms big and bulky. The elbows bend a little bit better on him. Not so much on Granitor. He is top heavy also, but his legs are a little bit thicker. The knees don't exactly bend that well. Like I said, we'll put him in some warm water and see if we can get him to bend a little bit more so. I don't imagine these guys will be doing a whole lot of dynamic posing. They're just going to stand and look intimidating like they're supposed to. So these guys right here are cool. If you want a good cartoon representation, they're a cool buy. But I'll be quite frank with you. I like the figs. I'm not sure if this would be a buy at regular price. I'm happy to have them at $10 a fig. But you know, they're cool. They're cool. You can't do a lot from a posing standpoint. You don't get a lot of additional accessories. But what you do have is 2 figs in the pack. So basically, I think it was 2 figs in a pack for regular price, $50. Like, don't love. So I might skip them if I didn't get them at such a steal, right? So here's his weapon. Let's see if he can even hold it. See how it looks in his hand. So yeah, there's his weapon in his hand, which is cool. Remember they had that tank that they used to ride around in? We'll put that in this holster. They had a tank that they used to ride around in. But the detail on these guys, I mean, they look amazing. They're almost statuesque. These are the type of figs you're going to put in a pose. You're probably not going to move them around too much. They can't do a lot. The belt is stuck on them. It's basically glued to them. It's not coming off. But you've got some nice detail in the belt. It looks like you've got a couple of bullets right here, a couple of more. And then you've got the weapon and the gun, which is cool or whatnot. So yeah, these guys will be guys that you just pose and stand up. They're kind of stiff. Like I said, I definitely got to soak these guys in some water. I think I don't love them. So those would be figs that I would consider getting if I found at a good price, if I wanted the representation, because there was not a Playmates version of this guy released if I remember correctly. So it's cool to have that. So yeah, that one might be a not to buy, to be quite frank with you. You find it on sale, sure, if you want the representation. Like, don't love, I have no idea what this is. I cannot remember. I'm guessing it's from the cartoon somewhere. It almost looks like a mutagen container, but most of the mutagen containers say something, so I can't tell what that is. But the little communicator that comes with it, now this is cool. Remember when we used to see communicators and people would be talking and you would see pictures on the screen, the Jetsons, or even the comm communicator that the Turtles had back in the day? Like, it seemed like that stuff was so far away. Now we got cell phones that do it. This is dope. You got Krang's picture on there like they're talking to Krang, so that's pretty dope. I'll probably have him holding that and everything, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, these things at regular price, I'll be quite frank with you, I would skip on them. But if I can get them on sale, if I could get them at a deal, and you want to have them sitting on the shelf, I think they'd be cool to have. This one doesn't pose as well because of his big buff shoulders, like I said, but he'll look cool if you can get him to stand up straight. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on the first episode of Buy or Not to Buy. This is probably not a buy. I like it. It'll sit on the shelf. Don't love it. We're gonna put those guys down. Go out and buy you a DJ. This is a 100% buy. Rat King. This is a buy for me as well. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out with your boy. Until next time, peace.